Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a journey into the eerie and the unexplained. Those cold whisperings in the back of your mind that suggest some mysteries will never find an answer. Today, we're tackling an intricate web of stories, 5 to be exact, each threaded with unsettling details that defy explanation and stand as monuments to the human experience with the unknown. These are not just ghost tales shared around a campfire. They are enigmas etched into history and science, subjects of scrutiny by skeptics and believers alike. The intricacies of these mysteries aren't just in their spine-chilling details, but in the way they challenge our understanding of the world. So, as we delve into our first enigma, remember, if you find pleasure in pondering the peculiarities of our world, consider subscribing to stay updated with our latest investigations. Our first mystery takes us to the windswept coastline of British Columbia, Canada, where since August 2007, a chilling phenomenon has been afoot. Local beachgoers have come across not one, but an unnerving total of 20 human feet, shod in running shoes, undulating with the ebb and flow of the tides. While authorities have managed to solve some of these cases, attributing them to unfortunate souls lost to accidents or natural disasters, the sheer regularity of these findings has kindled theories ranging from serial killers to body trafficking. The feet's state of decay, coupled with oceanic currents, suggests that they have been traveling for months, if not years, before eventually washing up on the serene beaches of the Pacific Northwest. The puzzle of the severed feet becomes even more intricate when examining the patterns of their appearance. Interestingly, feet tend to be disarticulated during decomposition, and the buoyant sneakers act as vessels, carrying them vast distances. Scientists have dispensed knowledge on these processes, contributing oceanography and forensic anthropology insights. Yet, the question that reverberates through the fog is why other body parts are not found with similar regularity. Could this be the macabre signature of a crime long unnoticed? Or is it merely the grim byproduct of the sea's secretive ways? As unsettling as these questions are, they pale in comparison to our next quandary, which leads us away from the predictable chaos of the sea into the labyrinthine passageways beneath Paris. The catacombs. These ancient quarries burgeoned into an ossuary in the late 18th century, housing the remains of over 6 million people. The skeletal labyrinth extends over 200 miles, though only a small section is open to tourists. Legends and lore swirl like the thick dust in its hollowed tunnels. Tales of people descending into this city of the dead, never to resurface. These aren't just old wives' tales. Documented disappearances have occurred in these depths. In 2014, 2 teenagers vanished into its snaking hollows, emerging after 3 harrowing days. Their ordeal, intense dehydration, and the bewildering darkness have only intensified the already palpable aura of dread that clings to the catacombs' history. Now it might seem easy to dismiss such tales as mere fabrications, the product of overactive imaginations stoked by the macabre setting. Yet, the catacombs are a reliquary of real-life despair, each bone a testament to a Parisian soul. The darkness holds a mirror to our own fears, the fear of being lost, forgotten, or subsumed within the earth itself. It's this psychological dimension that fuels the uncanny nature of the catacombs, a tangible reminder of our mortality and the ceaseless passage of time. We've begun our journey with 2 mysteries that are as much a part of the physical landscape as they are of the mental terrain. So, if you're enjoying this foray into the shadowy corners of our planet, why not drop a like to let us know? Your engagement helps us unravel more of these cryptic stories. Stick around as we push the boundaries of the ordinary and venture further into the extraordinary. Venturing on, we find ourselves grappling with the perplexing enigma of spontaneous human combustion. This conundrum walks the line between the horrifying and the inexplicable. With cases dating back to the 17th century, the phenomenon involves victims who seem to burst into flames without an apparent external source of ignition. These incidents leave behind a scene that baffles firefighters and investigators. The body is reduced to ashes, but the surroundings are relatively untouched by fire. Take the case of Mary Reeser, a 67-year-old widow in St. Petersburg, Florida. In 1951, she was found incinerated in her apartment. The chair she sat in was also reduced to cinders, yet nearby objects, mere inches from the inferno, remained unscathed. It was as if the flames had a mind of their own, claiming a life while respecting the sanctity of the living space around it. The FBI concluded that she'd fallen asleep with a cigarette in her hand, but the lack of an uncontrolled spread of fire has led many to speculate on more sinister and less explainable causes. Spontaneous human combustion challenges our conceptual paradigms because it does not adhere to the way we understand fire to behave. Scientists and skeptics cite human biochemistry, the wick effect, where a body can essentially become an inside-out candle, and other sophisticated explanations. But these rationalizations often don't satisfy the itch that something unnatural may be at play. As we delve into the historical records, we find a pattern that defies simple explanations, leaving us with more questions than answers. And speaking of questions, let's explore something that melds history, conspiracy, and an unsettling possibility of extraterrestrial contact: the Dyatlov Pass incident. In February 1959, 9 hikers set out on a ski trek across the northern Ural Mountains in Russia. Weeks later, their bodies were found in circumstances so bizarre that the incident remains one of the most chilling and mysterious cases to date. Their tent, oddly enough, was cut from the inside, as if they were escaping an imminent threat. They fled in sub-zero temperatures without proper clothing or shoes. Autopsy reports sow further seeds of confusion. Some had suffered fractured skulls and chest injuries, with no external wounds, as if subjected to a high-pressure force. Yet, mysteriously, another bore signs of radiation. Were they victims of a secret government experiment, an unexplained natural disaster, or something otherworldly, like an aggressive extraterrestrial encounter? The cloak of secrecy that the Soviet government shrouded the case in has only thickened the fog of doubt surrounding the fate of the 9 hikers, with whispers of cover-ups trickling into the chasm of unresolved theories. Before we continue unfolding more enigmas, let's take a fleeting moment to engage with the very fiber of this channel. Your thoughts are as valuable as the content we present. So, if you find your curiosity piqued, don't hesitate to join the conversation below. Comment with your theories or experiences related to these beguiling mysteries, and become a part of our community's quest for answers. Finally, we approach a tale not bound by the confines of a single event, but woven into the fabric of several sightings across multiple decades: the cryptic phenomenon of the black-eyed children. Reports claim encounters with children whose eyes are pitch-black voids, exuding an aura of malevolence. These apparitions, or perhaps entities, are said to invoke an instant feeling of dread and foreboding. Witnesses report that these children often request entry to their homes or vehicles, persistently insisting on coming inside to use a phone or seek shelter. But an intrinsic fear compels most to refuse, leaving them haunted by the encounter. Accounts of the black-eyed children defy conventional understanding. They span continents and cultures, with individuals of unconnected backgrounds reporting strikingly similar experiences. Skeptics may dismiss such tales as the result of mass hysteria or overactive imaginations fueled by digital folklore. However, the consistency of these accounts raises the question, could there be a kernel of truth within these tales shrouded in darkness? The very nature of their shared characteristics, the pervasive fear, the unnatural eyes, the odd requests, stitches a story that is difficult to completely unravel or ignore. These 5 unexplained mysteries, from severed feet washing ashore to otherworldly encounters, cradle unanswerable questions in their wake. They serve as a reminder of the infinite complexity of our reality and the limits of human understanding. Such perplexing tales captivate our imaginations and confront us with the realization that some things might forever linger in the shadows, just beyond the reach of our perception and reason. As always, the pursuit of knowledge continues, and with it, our journey into the unknown. We invite you to subscribe and join us as we navigate through history's cryptic chapters and the enigmatic pages yet to be written. Until the next time we convene, keep the spirit of curiosity alive and let us never cease searching for the light within the dark.